So hopefully we don't see anything close to that.
Yeah.
And we need more rain.
Yes.
More rain for once.
Yeah, right? I mean, it was just crazy down there yesterday. I was talking with family and friends who were impacted by all of that weather. Now that's starting to make its way into Georgia. So if you're a Masters fan, that's something that you're keeping a close eye on too. Us here, we're kind of on the northern end of that whole system, still getting a lot of rainfall. We had that mess this morning.
It was a mess.
Yes, and now as we're starting to see things drying out, well, we have the potential for some stronger thunderstorms moving through. So right now we do have most of the rain that's pulling out of the area. It's still though a couple of showers throughout Clinton County, areas of Warren County too, Lebanon, Springboro, all still seeing some light rain. We have light rain as well over toward Butler County around Monroe, Trenton, Middletown, still seeing some lighter showers there too. The metro starting to dry out for now, and we're also seeing some drying throughout northern Kentucky, but still keeping an eye on redevelopment here this afternoon, and that's likely to come into play within the next, I'd say at this point, hour, maybe even as late as about 2 o'clock, but generally that storm threat is going to go up here within the next hour or so. That window of severe weather closes after 5 o'clock. So it's going to be a very short time where we could see some stronger thunderstorms, but still something to keep in mind. Areas that have the best potential for seeing some thunderstorms still going to be along and east of I-75. Though we still could see some thunder activity throughout southeastern Indiana. So still watching for that chance of thunderstorms to redevelop this afternoon. Now that we are getting that clearing, still looks like that is a possibility for us here today. All modes of severe weather still on the table, but the primary threat is going to be the potential for some strong winds. Hail is still a concern as well, and then also that low end tornado threat, and then too, of course, the heavy rainfall. We've seen issues with that earlier today, that steady rain that led to a lot of issues on the roadways, and still additional showers moving through could pose a threat for continued flooding concerns here for us today. We have the flood watch that's in effect. That's scrolling at the top of your screen. That's going to be in effect through the rest of today into the overnight hours. So the potential for severe weather here really is going to ramp up over the next hour, as I mentioned, and that's going to move in generally from northern Kentucky or central Kentucky into northern Kentucky, and then areas north of that as well. Here we are by about 3:30. This is Futurecast's idea of how the rest of the afternoon is going to play out. Again, some of these thunderstorms could become strong or severe. Those oranges you see there, keeping an eye on those cells throughout the rest of the afternoon. By 6, that severe weather threat generally going to be to our east, and we're starting to see things kind of calming down for us here locally, but we still have that chance of some showers overnight. That will continue throughout your Friday. Friday's rain chances still sticking with us through the early afternoon at least, and then on top of that, it is going to be windy tomorrow. Winds will gust close to about 40 miles per hour throughout your Friday, so tomorrow by no means is going to be a nice day. Still looks like it's going to be quite soggy, and then also very windy for us. So that severe chance, again, now until about 5 o'clock this afternoon. Leftover rain continues through tomorrow, leftover winds tomorrow as well. Strong wind, hail, tornado threat, heavy rainfall, all possible for us here later on today. Those totals will be anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches. Now, some areas have already picked up closer to 2 inches of rainfall, so there will be some areas, especially east of I-75, that could pick up closer to about 3 inches of rain. Right now, those totals at the airport already up to a full inch, so another ½ inch, certainly a possibility for areas around CVG. 64 currently. Those temperatures are going to stay steady for the rest of today, so that is one good thing. It doesn't really look like we're going to have to deal with cooler temperatures today, but tomorrow we're stuck in the 50s for a lot of the day. Rainfall totals, this is in addition to what we've already picked up over the last several days. Another ½ inch to a full inch of rainfall certainly is a possibility. Again, those higher totals likely to land along and east of 75, just like that potential for some severe weather along and east of 75. So certainly something to keep in mind through the rest of the day. If you're hoping to get some outside time in today, it's going to be a really tough day for that, I'll tell you. It is going to be quite rainy out there, and when it's not raining, we've got that chance of thunderstorms. Well, today is a weather impact day. I do want to point out tomorrow quickly, just because we have that potential for some gustier winds rolling through here. Saturday looks really good, but as far as tomorrow is concerned, again, we are going to see some winds gusting closer to about 40 miles per hour for us for your Friday. Temperatures also stuck in the 50s. Here we go. So rain's going to taper after the early afternoon, gusts up to about 40 miles per hour, and 50 sticking with us. A cold start too Saturday morning. By Sunday, 70s. Doesn't